Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name's Erica and today we're going to do a series check-in. So I love reading series. It's like my favorite type of books to read. And I really like binging a series and reading them all back to back. It's like my favorite thing. With that being said, I have too many series going right now. And I only have 9 going that I'm not caught up in, which is a lot less than a lot of people, I know that. But the way that I like to read series is I really just like to read them all back to back. So for me, that's way too many. So I am deciding to make this video to hold myself accountable to get these series finished and prioritize these series, or at least get caught up in them so that I can continue new series, because I am not letting myself start a new series until I have caught up on these ones. So let's get into it. There are a few series too that I'll talk about that I am caught up in, but they're ongoing, so new books will come out. So I'm not counting those towards this, but I just want to mention them too. But we'll start with the Addicted and Calloway series. So I have read up until Kiss the Sky. And I am going to be honest that I'm not super loving this series. It's just been okay for me so far. So I am going to read Hot House Flower because that's Daisy and Reich's book. And I think that's going to be my favorite in the series. And how I feel about that book will determine if I continue on with the series or not, or if I DNF it. So I have 6 books left in that series, but I might just read Hot House Flower and then DNF. I have no problem DNFing a series if I'm not loving it. It doesn't bother me at all. So yeah, I might DNF that one, but we'll see after I read that book. So the next one is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I have not read this series yet. Well, I read the first book. I read Throne of Glass, but I have not read the other 7 books in the series. And I'm going to have to reread Throne of Glass when I decide to binge that series, because I don't remember like anything. Well, I remember a lot, but I just want to have it fresh in my mind. I have 7 books left to read of Throne of Glass, and I really want to get caught up on Throne of Glass before Crescent City 3 comes out, which who knows when that will be, but I definitely want to read that all before that happens. The next book is the last book of a trilogy, and that's The War of Lost Hearts by Carissa Broadbent. I have it right here. I just have to read the last one, which is A Mother of Death and Dawn. This is a chunker, but I am liking this series a lot, so I definitely will have no problem finishing this up soon. And I really want to read her other series, but I want to finish this one first. So I have a lot of motivation to read this. Next is the Devil series by Elizabeth O'Rourke. And I should mention that a lot of romance series are interconnected, so you don't have to read them in order. And a lot of times I don't. If I'm just interested in one of the book, I will just pick up that one. And if I don't have interest in the rest of the series, then I won't read the rest of the series. For example, I read The Outpost by Devney Perry, which is part of the Jameson Valley series, but I have no interest in reading the rest of those books, so I'm not going to. The only time I put a series that is interconnected standalones on my series list to finish is if I have interest in reading all of the books in the series. So with that being said, I have the Devil series by Elizabeth O'Rourke. I've read the first 2, and I think there's 2 more out. So I know the third one is The Devil in the Deep Blue Sea. I don't know what the 4th one is called, but I want to read those 2 and get caught up on that, because I really love Elizabeth O'Rourke and I've loved the first 2 books in that series. Next is the Red Zone Rivals series from Candy Steiner. I read the first 2 and loved them, and I still need to read Quarterback Sneak, and then the 4th and final book comes out I think this week. I'm filming this on the 9th of February to read the last 2 to finish up that series, and I'm really loving it. Next is another series I really love, and that is the Magnolia Parks universe, and I have 2 books to read still in this one. I'm actually in the middle of The Long Way Home right now, so I am reading this one right now, and then when I finish up this one I still have to read The Great Undoing. So that will get me caught up on this series, and I'll be happy about that because I think a new one is coming out this year. Okay, next is a series I just started and I am loving. So that is the From Blood and Ash series. So I read From Blood and Ash, and I am currently reading A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. Is that what it's called? So after I read The Crown of Golden Bones, I think there's 3 more books to read. And I think that actually is like the series and then the prequel series. But I think Jennifer L. Armentrout recommends you read them in publication order. So that's what I'm going to do. So after I'm reading Flesh and Fire right now, so then I'll have, including Flesh and Fire, I think I have 5 more books left in that series, and I think more are coming out. And then we have the Finlay Donovan series. So I've read the first 2, and the 3rd book is out now, and I'm actually currently listening to that on audio. It's my audiobook that I'm listening to, so I will finish that up soon, but that is Finlay Donovan Jumps the Gun. I love this cozy mystery series, and I'm excited to be caught up on that one. Next, I am adding this one to the list because I now have the audiobook. I bought it came out a little early, and that is Powerless by Elsie Silver. This is the 3rd book in the Chestnut Spring series, and I am so excited to read this. I will read it as soon as I get my physical copy in the mail, so I will be caught up on that one very shortly, but it is still a series that is on my list. And then for series that I am reading but I am caught up on, I have the Crescent City series by Sarah J. Maas. I have read the first 2, and we are waiting for the 3rd one to come out. And then the Stolen Heir duology, I don't know what that is really going to be called, but I've read the first one, I just read that one, and the second one will be coming out at some point, so that is on my series list as well. And then the Wayward Children series, we get a new book every January, so I just read the most recent one that came out, so I am caught up on that series, and when the next one comes out in January, I will want to read those ones. So I am caught up on those series, and they don't count towards my like series goal that I'm doing. I would like to get this down to having like 2 series going at a time and try to not start any more series until that happens. This was a really short and quick video. I just wanted to make it really to keep myself accountable, and I think it will be fun to do a check-in in a couple of months and see how I'm doing, seeing which series I've knocked off the list and which ones I've maybe added, because there are a lot of series I want to get to, so we'll see how I do. But that's it for me, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.